He does play COD.
Yeah, well, he was on holiday.
He was. It's true. He was true.
Maybe that's his excuse.
I still want to kick him for what he did yesterday, but it's okay.
I mean, I haven't played COD probably since Malta.
Yeah.
You
they've added Reaper back in with the new update.
Oh, really?
But it's not going to be a competitive specialist, obviously.
Just sounds like another thing that I don't want to use at all.
Yeah, I mean, it will get GA'd almost immediately. I think it's got like an LMG. It's basically like the Scythe is back, but it's an LMG sort of.
Right. I love it.
It's not going to be fun. People aren't going to use it.
Definitely not broken.
Yeah. Well, isn't that just Black Ops 4? In a nutshell, definitely not broken.
Yeah, definitely not broken.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, what doesn't need to be broken here
is... Let's hope this match isn't busted as well.
Yeah.
See how this goes.
Jesus Christ.
All right, then. We'll start things off on board with Revive, the more named organisation. They've been around for a very long time, Revive, actually. In and out of the scene, as it were. I remember when I first started in esports, like getting deep into the scene. Back in Advanced Warfare, Ghost Time, Revive were emerging back then as well. They had such names on the Xbox scene as Puxa, if anyone remembers him. And those kind of guys, Zachary, they're a bit of a throwback name. But Revive have been around for a long time. Their logo has remained the same for a long time, which is more to the point how I remember them. And they're a storied organisation, but never really found the creme de la creme, as it were. Hopefully, they're looking to try and find it with this new, untested, unproven roster here, though. 40 points up at the moment. New Age Knights looking desperately for some kind of way into P2.
Yeah, Revive Nation, surprising early on. Liam D with a well-placed nade onto the hard point. New Age Knights want to break their way in, and they will do so. And now Revive Nation spawning out. I think realistically here, New Age Knights can hold this. Liam D going to be key, though, up top with the Maddox. Needs to deal with these first couple of gunfights. Unable to do so. A team kill, coming in from Revive Nation. Now New Age Knights picking up 3. Zeus responsible for that, and a 4th. Brilliant 4-piece for Zeus to hold on to the hill for New Age Knights. One more push left in this for Revive Nation, realistically, before we see the rotation.
Yeah, likely as not they'll be going for that one now. Just going to try and work their way out with these few early gunfights. Zeus showing that one, demonstrating perfectly. Here's one I prepared earlier, as it were, and now going out. Moving up towards P3, which is already where Revive are going to be set up. Already showing good signs of fundamental prowess on their rotation, making sure they've got everything locked down. Good opening kills from Divil. But what else left to be found? Well, Casey's up in vents. Entice is pushing out potentially a little bit too far here and maybe flipping the spawn if he's not too careful. Might not have spotted Liam D on the cross, but there's plenty of players trying to stack up here from New Age Knights. Just circling, encroaching around the hard point, spawning out the back now, so it does turn out that Entice's push was a little bit too aggressive and has actually come back to bite them because now they lose control of the hard point, lose control of the spawns, and that's 40 seconds of time that they don't want to be losing.
Yeah, New Age Knights actually took a long time to get to the hard point there. I thought for a second maybe it was actually all going to fall apart. Doesn't, though. They're able to break in, and now Revive Nation, as you said, George, are going to be the ones that have to break in. They have flipped the spawns. 3 players now coming in from behind. Casey coming at you fast with the grapple. Does die before he has any effect, and we have seen a leech age here early on. New Age Knights taking it from Revive Nation, and they will get the remaining 15 seconds of time. More importantly, however, is these rotational gunfights. MBK is there. Is it MBK? It was Hayes, isn't it? Apologies. He's decided to call himself MBK on his...
MBK.
MBK, which is...
maybe it's initials. I don't know.
What should we call it Hayes now? I don't know. Hayes, MBK, what do you want to...
Hayes,
yeah, MBK is a CS player, right?
Yeah, he is. Natural born killer. French guy.
That's just confusing. I'm not going to call him MBK. You're Hayes to me.
That's what MBK stands for, just in case you didn't know, is Natural Born Killer. I don't know what it stands for Hayes, but maybe that's what the same thing we're going for is. But even still, it's a vibe, it's a mood, and that's what we're with right now. Even though Revive Nation currently vibing in the hard point, getting themselves up to a little bit of a lead. However, that's going to be stripped away from them. Climate and Liam both coming with 2 kills. That will be the 3rd onto Entice, so that's going to be a great little chunk of time here for the New Age Knights. They'll start to look towards this rotation. Revive are already doing that. If you want to start committing resources across early in towards Kitchen, where Hayes, is lying in wait. But nothing too important there going on for now. Just Climate winning some early gunfights out back. Hayes going to lose that, and rather important one in the Kitchen. However, the gunfights out back going the way of the New Age Knights. It's great work from them. Revive do answer back with 3 kills of their own, and they will hold the hard point for a little bit now. But they have been flushed out of the spawn. They're now having to come from the position that New Age Knights just were. And that is actually going to give control over to the Knack.
New Age Knights, they have control for now. Zeus is going to have to play Gatekeeper, though, inside food. They're not going to get any kills at all, and actually gets taken down almost immediately, leaving MBK all to himself. No kills for him there, and Revive Nation managed to make their way in now. Can they hold on? New Age Knights trying to make their way forth, but kills from both sides going to slow their progress. Climate picks up 2. Now, how much more damage can he do? Sliding out, trying to get the third. Casey holds on. The trade still going down, but Revive Nation coming out on top. And at the end of the first rotation here, we will see Revive Nation just about taking a lead over their opposition in New Age Knights. But P1 in favor of New Age Knights for now. Here comes attack 5 boost from Revive Nation. They want to break this early.
They really do. They're going to go for it. Having the fact that already set up are the New Age Knights, they're going to be waiting. They're actually going to just mow down all of that attack 5 completely off every single Revive Nation player. None of that specialist remaining for them, and plenty of time to be lapped on up here as well. Team kill goes in. That's not going to help situation. Casey gets taken down in that. However, the trades do look efficient for Revive. Having said that, New Age Knights finally coming back in with some good stuff. But then again, does in the end look to be that man advantage trading down. You get the first trade, you'll always end up winning it because you'll be the last player alive. You'll be with the one who wins the trade. And that is exactly what's going to happen here. By the looks of things, Revive are going to be sat on top of the hard point in center. They got control early, lost control, and then got control again after using that attack 5 boost. So in the end, it works out. You do have a good investment, I suppose, in the long run for that specialist, even though it doesn't really get anything to the immediate effect, as it were.
Yeah, and at the end of that hard point, at the very least, New Age Knight's going to be taking the scrap time. Tac 5 has been invested, and that will go a long way for the next rotation too. Liam D sitting inside blue with his teammate Zeus. But that is not where the threat is coming from. Revive Nation taking the long way around here. They know how important these spawns are, and they're going to push for them. Hayes, who has not been that much of a force in this game at all, currently 7 and 15, unable to hold off these Revive players who come around the back, and they're winning most of their gunfights. New Age Knights losing control of these spawns, and now they're going to have to deal with Revive coming around the back. Remember, guys, Revive and New Age Knights still have specialists to work with in this game. Do not be surprised if you see them coming out very, very soon. This is a neck-and-neck game. Whoever can get an advantage here will be in the good coming into the next hard point.
We have just seen Venom burn a War Machine as well. Absolutely no kills coming out of it. Liam D now trying to work on some streaks after getting 4 kills in a row. So yeah, like you mentioned, plenty of specialists still in play. More looking like New Age Knights are starting to take the lead here, starting to take the reins of the game away. As Hayes finally starting to pick things up with the 2-piece with the Sorg. Now they've got to wait for the one player towards the back. Should be an easy cleanup. Cluster Grenade might finish that one off, but it's going to go forth and actually get another player instead. His teammates in the back, plenty of time lapped up once again. This is starting to look good now. Hayes, War Machine out, going to start throwing those shells down range. Flat Jacket, unfortunately for him though, going to deny him a good few of those kills. And that's going to be great for Casey. Comes in, gets 2 pieces with Gravity Slam. Second 2 players follow up on that one, and that'll be alright. That'll be okay for Revive. They'll be happy with that investment in order to get this time. Having said that though, Zeus back into the hard point with the Sorg of his own. Gets the Gravity Slam. Can use that any given moment. Casey and Blurry coming in with 2. Gravity Slam in. Hot! That's going to be the 2 answered back. Just like that. The Knights hold for a little bit longer. Hello, Brody? Are you there?
Yeah, I lagged again. New Age Knights, specialist war for them. They do come out on top with 2 specialists invested. Now, though, Revive Nation need to hold on in this game. They're going to need to hold now. Climber has invested. His Tempest only picks up 1. Blurry takes him down. And now Revive Nation could potentially get some time on this hill, but they're going to need to pick up a couple more kills. And Beansy wins out with this ICR. The pressure being applied. They're going to have to filter through Blue Revive. And they cannot win those gunfights. Now, New Age Knights, this is a bad situation for them. They are split on the minimap. There is no position in which they can flood. They're going to have to go for a pincer movement, and New Age Knights are in a great position to close this game out here. Zeus, the gatekeeper, with the Sorg and Z. Just a couple of gunfights to win, but Revive Nation, a wave of kills goes their way. George, they are not done yet. They've broken in.
Yeah, they break in for now, but it seems like an inevitability. They have been trounced for the last complete set of hills. Every single hardpoint besides P1 pretty much went against them, and it looks to be the rotation favouring that New Age Knights side. And in fact, they're still going to go barreling in for that old time as well. They're just going to try and pick players off that rotation, make sure that they can't get any additional time, make sure the respawns and the rotations are in their favour. 22 seconds will be what is required here for the New Age Knights on P1. Sorry, P5 will go all the way over there. I I forget my rotations. Even still, Revive sitting in, pushing forward, trying to get their way into the point. However, the Knights holding strong valiantly in their suits of armor, just kitted up inside of the point. Revive will get control, but in behind comes Hayes. Surely going to clean this one up now. No, never mind.
Nope, never mind.
A good wave of kills. That's very nice. Okay, Revive looking to be in with a chance of this now. You did reduce the deficit a little bit, but you still have 12 points to work with for the New Age Knights. They have to just break in pretty much and get one good hold going on. No matter for how long, really. Just 12 points required. Revive's trying to make this one a little bit more interesting, though. But you have to feel that here. The push coming in. Entice finds 2. That's fair enough. That looked like a pretty solid push for the Knights. But in the end, they're denied. Their sword and shield blunted. And now Revive have to force them to another hard point.
And this is really good from Revive Nation. That was a brilliant hold on P5 against all odds. They were 12 points away from annihilation here in game number 1. They are holding on, holding out against this New Age Knights side now. The opposition 6 points away from victory. Tag 5 boost invested in Revive Nation. They have got full control over P1. And I think you can kind of see here, New Age Knights, they are scrambling towards that hard point, trying desperately to find just a way in. But the gunfight's being won by Revive Nation. This is a dangerous sight if you are a New Age Knights fan. Revive have control of this hill, and it just doesn't really look like New Age Knights are going to break. Every single one-on-one engagement being won by this Revive side. This is an incredible performance from them for the past couple of hard points. They are holding, and the worst bit about this is, albeit New Age Knights, they only need 6 points, and that is just one good break. They don't even have the spawns for next. They are fully relying on a break on P1, and this could be Entice all on his own here. Okay. They do need to contest, and there you go, George, you said it. They do so. Revive Nation will not be able to close out on this hill, and it's all going to come down to this rotation now. Trades being made, and actually I believe Zeus is still there. Wins the important gunfights. He has it for now, but a War Machine infested from Venom wipes him away. I don't know if New Age Knights have time to get to this hard point. They rush to it, but Hayes cannot get there, and Revive Nation, against all odds, close out map number 1, climbing back into the game.
I have no idea what they were thinking. That was potentially such a bot play that I don't even know how to feel about it. To be frank with you, Brody, I expect so much more of the New Age Knights there. They have 40 seconds to play with on P1, right? So they are got a 40-second advantage, got all the time in the world to work with it, and they just throw 2 waves of respawns completely at the mid-hard point. One after one after one. And I don't understand why you wouldn't just hold out, stall position, and start to try and pick things and pinch things. Instead, you just flood 3 people through lobby, 1 person through blue, and 1 person through vents. What a half-assed effort to get in towards the hard point. No wonder you lost that game. You started to get snowballed upon by that point, and then the War Machine comes in and completely solidifies it when you're trying to make a very incompetent last-ditch effort towards the hard point. That game can't fall away from you. It really shouldn't. You were up by nearly 100 points at one point in that game, and you just got smacked back. That's unacceptable if you're the New Age Knights.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Actually, I'm not going to lie to you, George. The thing is, right, in that from that last rotation for P1 and even actually P5 for the second rotation, right, if you're New Age Knights, your one objective is to get that last remaining 12/6 points going into that last hard point, albeit you only need to contest once, right? I mean, fair enough. Revive Nation could have closed out on P1. You only need to contest, what, 4 or 5 seconds? And then just basically put all of your weight into rotating. They didn't do that. So I think maybe just a little bit of manic play in P1 there. They're not going to be too happy about that, but they're going to have to move on anyway. Yeah, I think...
Calm it down.
Yeah, the pace was too fast. Yeah, it did. Yeah, they were going one-on-one, and as you said, they flooded, I think, one lane for whatever reason. It was a choke point that they probably shouldn't have done. But alas, Map 1 does go the way of Revive Nation, and New Age Knight's going to have to wipe that from their memory going into Frequency Search and Destroy, a much slower paced game mode. So maybe they can learn something about pacing here.
Maybe they can. They're going to have to, really, if they want to progress any further in this LCQ, to be frank with you, because it's... That hardpoint performance, to be honest, has not filled me with a great deal of confidence for the side. I mean, they looked really good in the mid game, and then they kind of did. Well, they choked. Really. There was no nicer way of putting it. They choked, and it wasn't pretty. So they need to really fix those mistakes here. Obviously, it's difficult to do on hardpoint to S&D. Not really many translatable skills besides winning one-on-ones. So this time around, they're gonna have to do that instead of flooding. Think about what they want to do. Even still, odds are Revive Nation now looking a little bit tastier to take this series, whereas the bookies may not have said so beforehand, just based off name value of the team and players. Even still, S&D frequency loading up now, Brody. What are we thinking? Who's going to be the big player? Got anyone in mind?
Well, someone's got a sniper rifle in hand, so I want to see who that is. I believe it's somebody on New Age Nights. Beansy. Beansy's got a Beansy one. I'm going to see if there's anyone. So Devol, yes. So Devol has one. Beansy has one. This will be a sniper rifle face-off towards B. Beansy's there first. And he benefits from being there first. Devol going to fall. First blood drawn by New Age Night. Trades going off. Beansy picks a second. A 3 versus 2 now. It's all going down at the B-bomb site. Revive Nation know it, and they are backing the hell away. It seems to be an A hit now for Blurry and Venom. They know they need another strategy, and they've found one.
They're going to skedaddle out of there, try and hit the quick ankle breaker on the New Age Knights. I don't think they're going to be aware of this, though. Number 8, Hayes, looks to be very eager to aggress on the flank here, and they're immediately going to spot out Blurry. Venom surely going to be put in a spot of bother here as Blurry goes out towards middle. Beansy's got an easy cleanup.
Oh, maybe not.
Fine, Beansy managed to get one away. Doesn't manage just to get him, just manages to get away with his life as well. So, small consolation prize, but you're not going to win that one. 2-player siding on you, Venom. Pretty nicely played round, all things considered, from the New Age Knights. Give them some props for that.
Good retake from New Age Knights. Not really much Venom could have done in that 1 versus 3. He was dipping and diving, trying to buy some time. But as soon as his teammate fell, it kind of felt like a done deal, as it were. Really, Beansy with play of the round at the very least. This double snipe, crucial to the win.
Very crucial. Comes straight in, opens up the round, picking things up. Get off players' heads as well. Love the readjustment here. Does have to sacrifice his teammate for it, but they do trade out, which is more to the point. Better part of it. Still, now look towards round number 2. DOS. A KN now. I haven't seen one of these in a while, probably since Malta, to be honest. Blurry going to be having that KN in hand. What he can do with it. Yeah, a pretty heavy lean towards the A-bomb site here. They're going to start getting a little bit aggressive. In fact, they're pretty much going to be giving the bomb site for free as Casey's going to back away. He's holding with a Sorg and doesn't quite manage to finish the kill on Zeus either. The nade goes in towards Elbow, and that's going to force everyone Revive Nation away temporarily. It should also gift a plant over to Climate, who should be laying that one down now.
New Age Knights have managed to take this bomb site without any stress. Casey, though, taking first blood in this round to Liam D. Beansy with the reply. Venom straight back at you, and Tice 2. Now New Age Knights, it's a 2 versus 4. Zeus in a 1 versus 4. He reacts a little bit too early. Not much he could have really done in that scenario. 25 seconds left for Revive Nation to get that defuse, and they will burn a little bit of time working towards the specialist, but that is a good retake for them. Not really much you can ask for from New Age Knights. They just didn't win the gunfights.
Not a great deal, but they do their best. It was a valiant attempt to the hold of the site. Really, the problem for me there is they got into the A-bomb site, fine. That was a great part of the round, but then they didn't do anything with that control they got. They didn't push out any cuts or anything, and they started to do so only after they'd laid the bomb down. So you see, look how much real estate it gave Venom to try and retake. Cluster Grenade goes out, tags up and kills one player, manages to tag up a second as well, and then can go for the kill on Beansy because they back up rather than pushing forward. You need to start to take those gunfights inside of blue when you control that A-bomb site. They just didn't do it. They just thought, right, we got control of the site, let's just defend from inside the site. And in any iteration of a bomb defusal game, that doesn't really tend to work, and it doesn't work again here. See, that's why Revive Nation take their first round on the board and tie us up. Even still, a bit of a clash towards the circle area here. Venom does open things up onto the opposing Sorg player. Zeus going to be tagged up and now having to run away, but Liam D comes in for support. Now down into a 2 versus 2 as the team kill from Blurry comes in. Easy with the sniper rifle. He's going to immediately go and trade things back. Excellent work from him. This sniper rifle is looking hot so far. He and Climate now 2 versus 1 against Blurry, who's making a very long flank towards the B-bomb.
The thing is, the bomb for him right now is in no man's land. And this is kind of the worst weapon you could possibly have for that scenario. Bomb is down in circle. You've got an ICR. So if you go up close with that, you're not going to win those gunfights unless Black Ops 4 is very kind to you.
With your hip fire.
With your hip fire. Blurry knows it too. He's trying to get some new angle on this bomb. As soon as a player from the New Age Knights peeks this, they will know where Blurry is. And there's the tag. Blurry brought down to 30 HP. Going to have to find a new angle and quickly. But I think he's just taking a little bit too long. This is a very readable play. A slap to the face to Climate, but it's not enough. Climate comes out on top in that gunfight. Just didn't have the weaponry there to win the gunfight.
Mentioned it from the start of the clutch. didn't really make it happen in the end. Didn't have the utility. See it here. Can't ready the weapon fast enough. That's the beauty of the Sorg. You can. This, with the LCR, you can't ready it fast enough after the melee. So the punch comes in. Not quite enough to take down Climate in that situation. Sorg will close it. 5 on the other hand now. Back on the defense. Trading rounds away. See what they can do. It's defense heavy so far. Another lean towards the A-bomb site here. Beansy going to go looking for a pick. One player back towards elbow, but he's going to be forced away from it very aggressively. Blurred and wants nothing to do with it. Now, it looks like Zeus is heeding my advice. Going aggressive. Potentially doesn't need to challenge that gunfight. ICR versus Sorg. Need to get in towards blue. And once again, they've given up all this room, all this real estate. 2 players up there already. Immediately trading away. Climate, though, makes the play to make it happen. Now, another player up in top window. Entice with the kill. Climate needs to answer back, but Beansy's there. Okay, it's all flying down now into a 2 versus 1. Blurry once again against Climate and Beansy. The mirror matchup of the round before. And the same result will happen. Climate takes him down. Now, finally, a round traded back and forth. A pretty foul attempt at the retake, in all honesty, from Revive. They got all that free room and then immediately were challenged by one person and didn't continue to fight it. They went straight running for the hills and tried a new angle of attack. And in that regard, they absolutely stifled themselves because they had 2 players set up in middle map from circle. You see it here right again. Climate is just gifted 2 free kills. That's exactly what happens when you give him that amount of time. You just need to hit that. You had the real estate. They'd given it up to you. Once again, you throw the round.
Very well played there by New Age Knights. Now you've got Climate working towards some score streaks, 200 points away from the Lightning Strike. Beansy, with the sniper rifle, will be the first encounter for Revive Nation. But he's not going to be able to get the angle on anybody here. Going to have to switch to the pistol to get any kills. Manages to get one onto Devol. Picks up a Sorg, but it isn't enough. Casey has already got his number. Liam D falls as well. And now Revive Nation should be able to get this bomb down without much trouble at all. Deuce going to give a little bit, though. Casey going to fall. So now a 3 versus 3 scenario. Bomb down, though. New Age Knights, they've got a very tick.
Deuce going in like a madman, trying to smite down the ICRs of the Revive Nation side. Finding anything to success just yet. Now goes in for the slide. Takes down Venom. That's a beautiful first kill. Now got a sniper rifle to contest with. That's in fact going to be Entice. Going to find one. Not going to get any more than that though. And surely now the defuse goes to Climate. It will get him streaks. Rather big on a map like Frequency. So New Age Knights looking good here. But they just don't manage to stop Climate. Just about.
Literally, but a sliver. I mean, Hayes just saved his life. Straight up. I don't know which player was left up there in that 1 versus 2. But Hayes kills him. With Climate having, what, like 10 HP left?
I think yeah, something like that.
That was so close. But as you say, Diffuse go in the way of Climate. Those streaks that we talked about at the very start of the round, they go the way of New Age Knights. And now this win for New Age Knights on Frequency Search and Destroy, looking all the more possible. 1 streak in the back pocket, a 4-1 advantage. This is one hell of a mountain to climb for Revive Nation. And New Age Knights here in a great position to close out this S&D.
Yeah, a great position indeed to play this S&D through to the end. However, you've got to imagine that Revive Nation, after seeing that round go away from them, they're going to be very aware of the fact that Climate has these streaks. They can play around that. Don't want to concede this bomb site too early is the only thing, because then they'll have to play retake. And streaks are only ever more powerful in a retake. Enticed by a shot, takes the shot, but ends up missing it. So much rewarding opportunity, it would seem. A nice shot back, but doesn't connect with Beansy. On the second attempt he does, but has to go for his teammate as well. So trades fall the way of the Knights, and they are now in control of the round. Climate also looking to try and earn towards this Hellstorm missile with his sniper rifle picked up in hand. Goes for the shot, but it won't matter because now it's all up to Entice with a sniper rifle of his own, and he will lose it. No streak invested, and that's surely got to be your insurance policy for this final round, potentially here for the New Age Knights.
Yeah, another very well played round. Entice is going to get the best play, but it's all for naught realistically. Yeah, you can take out Beansy, but that really is just not much of a trophy at all. New Age Knights get the round regardless. And now, as you say, George, 1 round away from taking a dominant win on Search and Destroy. After that slip up on Hardpoint, this is exactly the kind of response that you wanted to see. Now, what I'm interested to see here is how quickly into the round does Climate use this lightning strike ping, or does he use it at all? The answer seems to be no. Revive Nation have made their way over to circle. A well-placed nade from Climate picks up one, and all the kills falling in favor of New Age Knights. They do not even need this lightning strike. They'll ping it regardless, and Entice has been spotted out. Gonna fall to Hayes. Beautifully placed round there from New Age Knight. A 6-1 victory. Very, very, very well played.
How can you be that coordinated in Search and Destroy and not be that coordinated breaking one singular hard point? It is completely beyond me. Even still, the New Age Knights, they come out on top in Search on frequency. A very good performance from them. Very, very dominant. Revive could do with taking a few notes from that one. They might have to go back to the drawing board here as we go into map number 3. We're guaranteed 4 maps at least in the series now. So we'll be going to at least another hard point where potentially New Age Knights look to rectify their mistakes. Their heinous crimes from before. Even still, before we hop back to Respawn, we'll be taking a quick break as we get everything set up for map number 3 on Control. We'll be right back with more from the EEG LCQ right after this. Welcome back, everybody, to EEG Season 3. This is the last chance qualifier. We're getting things underway with the New Age Knights versus Revive Nation. We're already 2 maps deep. Up next, of course, Control. 1-1 currently in the series. S&D went the way of the New Age Knights, whereas the hardpoint went the way of Revive. That's just your quick cliff notes, brought to you by Boffers.
I really hate you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Great, I'm glad you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Hate
it's
me
fine.
too, man.
Alright, it's fine. Well, if you guys haven't been tuning into the series, maybe you're just joining back, maybe you took a long sleep in between maps number 1 and 2, we'll run it down
maybe
for
you just woke up if your name's Henry.
Exactly. I mean, it is 6 o'clock, so this is a standard procedure for Call of Duty players to wake up
pattern
at this time of day. Arsenal Hardpoint went the way of Revive Nation. It was a close affair, 250 to 245, and then we just saw an absolute sloshing on frequency search and destroy. New Age Knights came back and won that 6-1. So we're 1-1 in the series. So this is well and truly a swing game. New Age Knights trying to pull that swing in their direction to kick off round number 1. They are capturing A fast, but Revive Nation, they're looking alive.
They are. They're looking a little bit alive here. 4 lives to the better. They're managing to stop the progress on that A zone, which is them. What comes next for them, though? They've got a bit of an onslaught coming their way. Divil actually in a great position here to stop this attack going forward. However, they've completely sussed him out. He gets 1 kill, his cover's blown, they know exactly where he is. However, they think about him, think about someone else for a minute, and he can actually go to town. He gets 2 kills for himself. Still in this great position. Still finding kills onto Climate with this. Nice, so good things going on here for the side of Revive. They are now 9 lives to the better. And only getting stronger from here. Divil, 250 points away from streaks. And also burning down this clock very, very quickly. It seems no answer is coming for the New Age Knights side. Can't seem to find a response. Been a very good round of control here from Revive Nation. 25 points away from streaks now for Divil. We'll stay on board with him to see if he gets them. Player's going to come towards food quickly. Needs to find 1. Okay, get to Lightning Strike. Not all that bad. Can work with that going into the next round, Brody. By all means, that next round will be a Revive Nation win going into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I will also say that Blurry is 150 points away from streaks. But in that round, pretty textbook approach to a defensive hold on Arsenal control for Revive. They win the first set of kills, essentially. I think, you have New Age Knights coming out, winning a couple of kills, making their way into the A point. As soon as they are basically destroyed, dismantled on the point, from that point onwards, Revive Nation, they held map control. There was really no way for New Age Knights to get out of their own base. So, really well played there by Revive Nation to hold. New Age Knights being dismantled in round number 1. And now, of course, Divil with a lightning strike. Blurry 150 away from another of his own. This is looking good for Revive.
It is looking really good for Revive. They have a lot of utility to work with, and obviously having such a dominant first round will put you ahead in that specialist foot race. So you guys are looking really tasty here to take this one on. How it ends up working out for you, though. Good start already. 2 kills go your way. Answered back by 3. So quick maths would ensue to make it look like a fairly uneven trade in the favour of the New Age Knights.
Okay.
Having said that, though, Blurry gets away with his life and 2 streaks. So fair dinkum. That one. Not going to stay alive here. Up towards B they go. Funneling their resources up and through. Got to be careful here, Casey. You can't go too aggressively like that, my friend. You will get cut down. Zeus is hiding around any given corner at any time. Now in from behind is Hayes. He finds 2. Gets taken down by his teammates. Nade, though. So a little bit anticlimactic in that regard. However, Entice will now be in the hard point. Dropping these streaks as well from Blurry. Explosions going off everywhere with Divil's Nade. This is a really strong take of the site, which is notoriously difficult to get control of. And look at that. It looks like on your minimap, the rest of the New Age Knights are giving this one up, Brody. They're heading for the hills. They're heading towards Control Zone A, trying to get themselves locked in, tunneled down, hunkered down in here, making sure there's no access for the Revive Nation side. However, that goes away from them pretty quickly. There's already a small leak. There's 2 kills look to be going against them. Divil looking to open things up, and he does once again. Now working on streaks of his own again. He's 50 points off, will get cut down due to poor positioning.
Okay.
Nonetheless, this is a reasonable picking apart of this New Age Knights defense, though.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, Revive Nation have already sort of filtered their way through the defense. There's not really even an option for New Age Knights to pull up that textbook play of just moving up the map and pushing Revive right back into their spawn. It's very hard for New Age Knights to defend this A point, especially now with an 8 life disadvantage, but they can still bring it back. All they need is some good old Call of Duty. And they do have control of the map now as well, so there is the option to push further up, but they do need to win these gunfights if they wish to do so. Deuce has a couple in front of him, picks up 1. This life advantage, actually,
he's
4
again.
kills now, going in favour of Revive Nation. This is not a bad few seconds of play from them. Revive Nation, they can still grapple control, but they are stuck in blue right now.
Really no escape. Having said that, right on cue, Curse of the Caster. Entice comes in with 3 kills for himself, and now Venom with the 4th. We'll put New Age Knights on their last resurgence.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, George. Climate's 0-12.
Wait, what? Seriously?
He's now just 1-12. Caster's Curse, obviously. But I saw it. I was like, is that 8? And I was like, hang on.
I didn't notice that the whole time. Probably because I don't notice people when they're not having an impact. Old.
Well, Climate, I mean, I did say to Climate earlier I would call him out if he did terrible, and he has. So 0-12.
That is terrible.
I now understand a little bit why New Age Knight feel like they're not really in this game.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you're playing 4v5, boys. Entice is popping 3 pieces. Divil's getting streaks. So's Blurry. I mean, you need someone. And last map, it was Climate. He was your guy. And now he's 1-13.
Yeah, he's not having the best control at the moment. I'm not really sure who's hosting the game. If it's
Critical
Climate,
high yikes. Critical high yikes if it's Climate.
Could you imagine? We've got to ask afterwards to see who's
On
actually hosting
host,
this game.
is it actually Climate?
If it's any of Liam D, Climate, and Zeus, or even Beansy, anybody besides Hayes, this is some fat disappointment in this game.
It is hugely disappointing. Dead again there from Climate. This is a bloodbath. 3 lots of streaks now in play for Revive Nation. This is looking to be a quick dispatch of control here. They've played all 3 of these rounds really well. So far flawless on the defense in terms of controls being lost. They're looking good again. No further streaks, fortunately, for New Age Knights on Entice. So that's all right for them, but they still have a few others to contend with. Lots of lightning strikes. He now trying to make his best efforts to push the point alone. Waiting for his teammate support. Can't catch a break. Trophy system taken out by a trophy system. So Divil's just going to quickly clean on those 2. Waits for more to come his way. Surely not going to clean that one up as well. Finally, Climate's shooting back. 3 kills only. This is still not great control from the New Age Knights. You're kind of feeling like they're just finding their feet as they go here, really.
Revive Nation still holding on to a somewhat unsteady 2-life advantage. Make it 3 now. Venom bringing out that War Machine. They want to put the hammer down now at this point in the game. And this is where you're going to start to see players push up. Now, Juice is in behind. Could play Hero, but with the Sorg, that's unlikely. Blurring, calling in the Lightning Strike. Taking down his own teammate. That's not very effective. 25 seconds left on the clock, though. New Age Knights, they need to find something radical now. And Zeus maybe is just going to do that. He's picked up 1. That opens the door for a B offense. Her teammate is there, but Blurry coming in behind could cause some issues. He is actually on a 4 streak right now, 225 points away from streaks of his own. 15 seconds remain here. This is do or die time for New Age Knights, and I think it may be the latter. Climate picks up 1. Entice with the trade. Revive Nation, a 6-life advantage. They keep it, and 10 seconds remain. New Age Knights, this is their last push. Do or die. There's the first kill. Not going to happen. Casey picks up a second. A 10 versus 6 now. 6 seconds left. Casey comes slamming down with the gravity slam. And only 1 player over at B salvaging anything for New Age Knights here. It's a 1 versus 5 over at B here for Liam D. Trying to do what he can. 2.8 seconds left. I think their last player has just left the lobby. New Age Knights, it's a 1 versus 7 for MBK. He has no time. That's GG's. I chalked that about 1 minute into the round.
Yeah, I chalked that as soon as they lost the second round, to be honest.
I literally wrote down 3-0. I was like, yeah, this is done.
As soon as I recognised that Climate was absolutely hacking the bed, I thought maybe it was time to leave that one. You know, he really was not having a good time. He certainly had a bit of an accident, didn't he, on that one? That's it. He did that thing where you open your mum and dad's door at night, you're standing there in shame. Mum, I've wet the bed. Oh no. And that was basically Climate to his whole team there. And they were all chilling in bed, you know, casually losing the game. And they all sat up and were like, ah. Not great. That's not great, son.
I'm just going to ask now who was hosting.
Yeah. They're changing the host now.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're now changing hosts. Something's not working out.
I wonder what wasn't working. Well, let's find out. Climate 6-20 EKA-wise.
Oh, God.
You know, Blurry had less deaths than Climate had kills.
Oh, God. That's rough. That is genuinely rough. You can't... There's no defense of that at all. That was really well played, Hardpoint. The funniest part about it is it's off-host as well. Hardpoint control, sorry, yeah. It was a very really well played control. Kind of funny as well that they did that off-host.
Yeah,
in a way.
A little bit.
Yeah, they shredded through the opposition. Something obviously went wrong. Climate, if you picked up his controller, may have
helped,
helped.
yeah.
It wasn't climate. I'm so sad. I genuinely
Climate
wanted
wasn't
climate
host?
to be. Yeah, I genuinely wanted him to have been hosting that game.
I'll give you any money that says he'll be on host next, though.
Guys, give me host, please.
Please.
I need to perform. Well, we are going to Hacienda hard point.
Devil, please. That's what he said.
Sorry, what accent is that?
You never seen those like Nerf XYZ memes? They're always in a South African accent.
No.
That's like they do it like in Mortal Kombat more than anything. Like,
Right.
Like Nerf Gearus. Like that. Fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. My South African accent isn't like dead hot to be honest, but do it a little bit.
We had a maths teacher that used to be South African, and I think that like the best bit about it was whenever we were talking about salary, you pronounce it celery.
Celery, yeah. What's a teacher's celery?
That's my favourite thing about the South African accent. It's a genuinely beautiful accent. I really love it. Better than British accent.
Yeah, well, British accent's dead.
It's dead. I don't know why people love the British accent. It's really bad. Like I don't know. Supposedly being British is like the best thing for casters in like slower paced games at the very least. That's why like some of the best casters in the world is British, but British. But I don't know. Could you imagine having a Liverpudlian caster?
Oh God.
I've a Scottish cast, like a really deep. Scotland.
Should we change this whole game a Scottish cast, shall we? Like that'd be okay. I'm probably like offending the entirety of Scotland here.
Let's get Ryzen on for a cast.
Absolutely, that'll be.
I've spoken to Ryan, and he's his accent is deep. Like probably not deep to him, but yeah, it'd be funny. It'd be funny.
Like its own sub language, isn't it? It's like its own dialect.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we're just being ignorant. Maybe just because we're all we're English, the plucky English, as it were.
Yes.
Brexit means Brexit.
Good tea, a good bit of crumpets.
Yeah.
Out of my country.
I genuinely find that hilarious that is the stereotype.
Yeah.
Crumpets. I mean, to be fair, I did buy crumpets.
They are delicious.
What do you have with crumpets?
Sometimes it varies. Butter is usually the safest bet.
Just butter.
You can have some jam or
is
whatever
it normal?
you want.
Is it abnormal to put bovril? You know what bovril is, right?
Yeah. That's a little bit abnormal. I'm gonna say.
Oh, I love. Man, you should try it. Bovril.
Are you a bovril boy?
Bovril and put that on a couple of crumpets. You're good for breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the energy.
Certainly a new one
that you need as a caster. Well, the energy that Revive Nation need to close out this series, or at the very least, New Age Knights need to find their way back into the series after that dreadful control.
I've had a pretty, how do I say, turbulent ride in Respawn so far, and by turbulent I mostly mean downhill. It's not been very plain sailing for them. Having said that, now they are finally coming to life a little bit here on P1 of Hacienda. However, you generally don't see a lot of time accumulated off this hard point, so expect to see New Age Knights pretty much closing in on P2 more than anything. That's more the objective for the entirety of P1. That's going to be what's happening here. Beansy is going to be back up towards Lambo. They're going to trade position for their teammates, get the ICR out back for these long lines of sight. What you want to see. So looking good here for the New Age Knights off the start, but then again, last time around on hardpoint, the same was true. Blurry absolutely beaming MBK off the top of that head glitch. Waiting for some more to come their way. Divil finding a few kills with the ICR. I don't know who's running what role here because there's a lot of ICRs on the map currently.
Yeah, I mean, this is Hacienda, so ICR, this is ICR Central, as it were. You are at the very least going to see 2 ICRs on the map. 3 is a bit excessive, generally speaking. I haven't seen that before from his team. But, you know, whatever works for you, I suppose. I'm not going to judge. I'm not a player for a reason. Revive Nation don't seem to be playing this hard point. This hill very well either, to be honest. Unable to break in, are they, on Lamborghini, and the money hill goes the way of New Age Knights. They find themselves rich, rolling in the dollar after that one. And now New Age Knights going to have to go for the rotation. Unable to win the rotational gunfights, however, Revive Nation will benefit from that in fences.
This is a very odd position to anchor spawns for Blurry here. He's basically far removed from the action, trying to deny any flanks, but now they're all coming in. Now he needs to be more cautious of it. Up top, though, Revive Nation seem to be the ones holding fences down well. Having said that, Hayes has just cut down 2. Will provide a window of opportunity here for Revive to potentially rescind control of the point. As Liam and Zeus both bust on in, 2 kills apiece, and now that looks to be Blurry, last man standing. Had the opportunity to get the kill there, didn't elect to actually pull the trigger. Climate on the end will take him down, having a little bit of a better game this time around, Brody. 8 and 7 from him. So not by no means a terrible performance this time. And a little bit more comfortable already early in the hard point here. Revive don't seem to have much for them. New Age Knights are very much handily in control of this game.
New Age Knights, as you say, in control of this game now. A 50-point advantage over their adversaries going into Rock. But Revive Nation, once again, they're the ones on early rotation. Historically speaking, though, on Hassi and a hard point thus far, New Age Knights have done very good at breaking into these hills. Let's see if they can do it again. Hayes on the outside here. Throws a custom nade forward, gets caught by a trophy system. Now Climate making his way forth. Picks up one, picks up two, a third. Right in front of him after the regen, but broken in have New Age Knights. They're about to break the 100-point mark on Rock. And now Revive Nation need to find their way back in. Casey the Sorg, 3 and 10. Not having the best go of it here on Hassi and a hard point. You can't expect too much from a Sorg player on this map, but still, you got to think on a hill like Rock at the very least. If Casey did perform there, they might have broken in a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you'd rather much have hoped so, wouldn't you? I mean, here Revive really are, once they get control of the hard point, I think the main problem for them is that they don't know what they're watching. They had 3 or 4 players stacked up inside of that last hard point and only managed to basically like watch 2 angles at once. They couldn't comprehend the concept of holding numerous angles at the same time, or like at least delegating people to watch different cuts. They weren't, as Parasite used to say, cutting the map effectively. And even still now, they're not doing the same thing here. They're actually letting time slip away from them on the P1 hardpoint. They have let a little bit of time drip through. Expect to see them pick up the slack here. But that Blurry's not having a great time of it either. 14 and 8, but kind of what's the point? Having a great time with the rest of his team, who don't seem to be pulling the slack. The ICR having a great time. No one else positive, which is more to the point. Everyone else is pretty neggy, by the way, at this point. Even still, Revive Nation, 50 points to their name currently. It's now going to be the War Machine, called in by Hayes. He's going to find nothing with it aside from 1 swift kill. And now Divil is going to have control of the hardpoint. 2 kills to save the hold. Blows up the Lamborghini to avoid any further crises. Now they have to turn their attention towards the back. Going to nade towards the stairs. Surely a good time for the Tempest would be now. You can chain up as they come off spawn. But he elects to pull it out in the end. Completely nearly baited me after saying he wasn't going to do it then. And then pulls it out. Can potentially rack streaks here as well. But he's going to get cut from the side. He just stops watching it momentarily. It will give credence to a potential for a New Age Knights break. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Casey holds strong. And the hard point will go the way of Revive.
30 seconds of time here still to be picked up inside Lamborghini. New Age Knights are going to fight for it. Zeus going to win said fight. Still has a couple more players to deal with. Neither team backing down just yet. You got a feeling, though, after this altercation, whichever team comes out on top will get that scrap time, and that will be the case. New Age Knights taking the remaining 15 seconds or so. Revive Nation would rather concentrate on fences, and at this point in the game, you kind of think that is the best thing to do. They will have a grace period of 15 seconds or so where no New Age Knights players will be able to break in for as long as they can win their rotational gunfight. Zeus is going to break that almost immediately with that first blood, and Houth managed to find his way straight in. What a brilliant break almost immediately from New Age Knights. That is such a crucial break at this stage of the game. They are going to hold this now, and Revive Nation, from sitting nice and tight inside fences, they now have to break, and you're going to have to see some force specialist use from Revive.
Revive have really had their hand forced here. That's going to be the Vision Pulse invested. Straight into the engagement from Blurry. They do manage to get the hard point back, but there is a Tempest firing off, and that is Climate. Looking to try and find some hits. He knows one's up top, taken down. His teammate's going to be there to support it. We were, Brody, last time out on Arsenal, in a very similar situation to this, where New Age Knights were up by quite a hefty margin. It ended up coming away from them. Beansy actually goes ahead and uses the Vision Pulse there and actually ends up getting Climate killed. I don't know if there's like an audible ping that came round, but he heard it. Climate got completely caught out, missed 2 Tempest shots, and then taken down. And this is, again, a great hold for New Age Knights. I think they've managed to get over the hump of choking like they did before. They're right here now. They're ready to take this one home. They can just about do it here as well. But inevitably, there will be some seconds of contest coming in. This won't be a completely flawless hold, so it looks like it might go to another hard point. But we'll see if Revive Nation have any answer. At the moment, it appears not. They're having every single cut pushed out on them. This is exactly what Revive failed to do earlier on. Now New Age Knights are making them pay, but we will go to a P1 of the third set of Hillsborough.
Yeah, I mean, look, you said earlier that this is looking kind of scarily like map number 1 and Revive Nation could come back into it. I'd argue that's just not true. The New Age Knights, they're playing a lot better. They're actually playing hard points effectively. They're running around the hill. They're not being stagnant. They're actually being proactive. Revive Nation aren't dealing with that very well, it would seem. And this looks like an entirely different squad to what we saw on Arsenal Control. Revive, I believe this actually was not their pick, so that probably explains a lot here. New Age Knights going to be probably winning this map now on this pick, short of a miracle. Revive Nation not going to be able to do much. Casey comes slamming down with that gravity slam, taking down 2. I think the goal at this point for Revive Nation is to just get out of the 100-point club, but a team kill from Blurry is going to make that all the harder to achieve. New Age Knight picking up kills all around in P1, desperately trying to stop that from happening. It is a statement victory here if they're able to put them in the 100-point club. But they're just looking to get these last 13 seconds or so, struggling to do so right now.
Yeah, 25 remain on this hard point. It's possible for New Age Knights to do it here, but they're not going to. 100-point barrier is broken by Revive Nation, so somewhat of a respectable loss. They've managed to accumulate just enough time. But now 10 points away and closing even further as New Age Knights continue to give pressure towards the old hard point. I'm not totally certain that with that contest now they'll be able to close it out here. I think that was their original aim. They were looking to close it out on that hard point, not have to rotate. But even still, Hayes is there. He's just L-triggering down, and that will be the map win for the New Age Knights. We will be going the distance. We will be going to a Game 5 in our first series of the day.
Well, this has been a pretty weird series thus far. I really can't read this at all.
Neither.
What is going on? Map number 1, Revive take it in a comeback, but very, very tight fashion, 250 to 245. Frequency Search and Destroy was a dominant performance for New Age Knights, just as this map was. But then, of course, you look to Arsenal Control. It was 3-0 there for Revive. Honestly, this is wildly inconsistent from both teams. I don't even know what's going to happen in map number 5.
Me neither. I have not got a clue. Neither of these teams can seem to lock down a particular game mode right now. They can't buy consistency to save their life. So we'll see if it turns out that New Age Knights can buy a bit of consistency in hardpoint, but I don't feel too blessed about that if I'm you.
Yeah, we shall see, but it isn't hardpoint next up. It is going to be Arsenal Search and Destroy. That's right, we have gone a distance in our first series of the day. Arsenal Search and Destroy will close it out. That's map number 5. But before we get to the final map of the series, we're going to throw it to a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, guys. The conclusion of this series between New Age Knights and Revive Nation will be right next after this break. Boys and girls, we're back now with the EGCL Season 3 LCQs. The first series of the day has gone to Game 5 between New Age Knights and Revive Nation. And if you're just joining us, casting your matches today are myself, Infinity, and George Bothers Bray. How are we feeling, George?
Give me the whole name drop?
Yeah.
Wow, how lovely of you.
Yeah, I'm giving you the whole profile.
Love it.
People can search you on Facebook now.
Free gas, yes, don't worry. I don't use Facebook. So, we're fine. Oh no, completely identity safe.
Yeah?
Perfect. Excellent. Right, okay. Well, with that, we'll start things off here. New Age Knights looking to try and draw this one back. They won the first S&D 6-1. Looking for a rinse and repeat performance here, but Revive Nation standing their way. Shown many signs of prowess in S&D so far. Having said that, they showed a lot of signs of it in control, so we'll see which one opens up already. He's doing that right now with the sniper rifle, traded away. I thought it was Beansy using it before, but they're actually going to be doubling up on snipers, it would seem. Going out with the Strife, finding one, now looking up with the sniper rifle on the Y-axis, finds nothing. Goes along the X now by elevating himself. Find well, Divil on the site, takes down his teammate Liam. Divil, in fact, doubles up with a second onto Zeus. Now, Beansy still looking for anything he can get back. 2 versus 2. Divil and Blurry. Divil working on the ace. But
there it
gonna
is.
Fall. Beautiful play. Baited out by Climate, and Beansy's there for the second. Beautiful work. Beautiful retake. Gonna let him know just about it as well.
Yeah, you felt for a second that Divil will be able to save that round for Revive Nation, but New Age Knights, that is a great retake. And Beansy with the sniper rifle, I felt like just for a moment that he wasn't going to be that effective in the round, but is able to close out with Climate. And I love the decision making from the latter to actually actively move up the map here instead of just going straight for the defuse with the cover of Beansy. So very well played from the New Age Knights.
Yeah, very well played. Nice bait and switch. The Call of Duty standard, the age-old, tried and tested bait and switch. It is the quintessential play in Search and Destroy. Been used many times. Everyone's fallen for it at least once. I feel not really anyone who's kind of like innocently, oh no, I didn't get bait and switched. What's going to happen? Like everyone just gets bait. It's a matter of time. Beansy opening things up though with the boomstick once again, takes down Entice on the other side of things. Likely is not the sniper rifle player of the Revive side. The nade going in from Climate, followed up by a stun from Beansy. Liam going to open up another part of the round, cracking it open. Now the chestnut opens up. Divil doing what he can, wins another gunfight. Player inside vent, surely going to cause more problems now as Venom slides on out. Going to be great here. Beansy gets a hit marker, so unfortunate for him, but down into a 1 versus 2. Hayes, by no means out of this one just yet. On the bomb currently, though, Divil gets off it.
Oh, no.
I think he's aware of it! Hayes with the shot punch. Cleans that one away. Divil, although he made the play, Hayes read it to perfection.
Hayes just got Call of Duty time into the millisecond. Legitimately,
Perfect, really.
He made the decision to move around the corner with no real knowledge of where he'd gone. That was so perfectly played from Hayes. It was almost unimaginable getting such good timing.
Read,
but
really.
yeah,
read.
Nicely played there, Hayes, in the 1 versus 2, able to win it out.
Still
and
got
now
it.
Revive still got it. No Age Knights here. 2-0 up early on in this Search and Destroy. Remember, guys, they did win the early S&D 6-1 on frequency, returning to Arsenal. They are starting things strong here. Revive Nation going to need to answer back very quickly, or at the very least do a little bit better than they did in that earlier Search and Destroy. And a assault for them now. New Age Knights haven't really done much in terms of a defensive hold. They've sent 2 players round on the flank, but Beansy picking up first blood with the sniper rifle. Zeus comes in through the vent and picks up Entice. Trades going down in favour of New Age Knights, all down to Casey and Blurry, the former, picking up Zeus inside vents, so bringing it up down to a 2 versus 3 now. But for Revive, they've got a task on their hands. They have to pick up this bomb. Tagged by a sniper rifle is Casey. The information given out by the opposition. Beansy takes 1 down and the second as well. Brilliantly played round by New Age Knights on the retake. And the thing is, right, for Revive Nation, they were so slow on that bomb site. They had it all to themselves.
They had it all to themselves, but they didn't want it. Seems had the all the keys to the kingdom, but completely renounced their titles. Beansy here gets an easy clean-up on 2. He's looking really dangerous in Search so far. And once again, off to a big lead for the New Age Knights in Search. 3-0 currently, looking to try and improve on their 6-1 scoreline from last time. Make it a 6-0 this time. Currently got no players besides Entice sitting on a donut, which is a good news for Revive. It means they have some traction. Entice is sniping though, and he's going to find absolutely no rewards this time because the offensive push is going in towards middle. They're going to try and see which bomb site they get an opportunity to split to first. And it's not going to go too well for them, as they're going to basically gift away 2 free kills. Divil and Casey get one with the nade, one with the Maddox. Now they're having to rethink their strategy. Having said that, though, Climate with a beautiful first pick almost finds a second onto Entice. Oh, so delicious. Nice here. He is really being teased.
Oh, wow.
With a shot. Now, Hayes and Climate, 2 versus 3. Make it happen, and I think they've managed to outmaneuver the Revive side towards the A bomb site. However, the clock is ticking on how long it's going to be before they meet them, rendezvous with them on the A site.
Said Call of Duty timing might just help them out here. Has Entice spotted out? I believe he has. And Climate gonna fall victim now. Hayes, 1 versus 3, 20 seconds on the clock, really short of time. Bomb down, and Revive Nation absolutely know about it. Divil gonna win the first round for Revive Nation.
Okay, so they won't improve on their score from last time, Brody, but they'll at least make it similar to the... Well, they'll get the same score that they got last time, slightly earlier on in the game. So, good plays here coming in. They recognise they get the bomb down. They're like, right, boys, all 3 men over towards this bomb. We're defending it with our lives. We're going to guarantee ourselves around. That's exactly what they did. Nice work from Revive. Heads up, nonetheless. But, rounds behind, still amounted to climb. Still New Age Knights. 2 rounds to the better. What can they do here? Their defense. Yourself again, or what's going on?
No, I was just giving some dead air in there. You know, just letting it be. Just letting it be.
Real long awkward dead air.
We're trying it. We're trying it. Shush.
Really going on. I was like, kills are about to start happening. Brody's not even talking. Is he muted his microphone?
No,
but no,
it's
just Brody's not that excited about COD. Blurry, on the other hand, is very much so. He managed to close out second round in the road for Revive. So, Brody, not have any dead air between this question. How do you feel about that round for Revive?
Pretty simple stuff, to be honest. They just won the gunfights. Nothing really more to it. Just straight head-on-head engagements towards mid-map. New Age Knights unable to win them, and now actually a second round on the board for Revive Nation. Maybe some life. Maybe they've been revived.
Oh, how long have you been trying to make that joke?
I haven't actually. I just came up with it.
You just came up with it? Oh, wow.
Just then. It's a heads-up call.
I was sitting on that one in the hard point in Hacienda expecting them to make a comeback.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it.
They didn't?
So
they stayed dead.
You just debated me with that one.
Yeah, sorry. We can use it again later on down the line. Call of Duty viewers notoriously have a very short memory. So,
yeah, true.
Yeah, we could. You can use that later on a couple of times.
Sometimes I don't even remember that they've, dimmed already or not.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they've taken damage. We'll see how this one goes, though. New Age Knights get a free plant at B. No trades going down. No even damage being dealt. A big old flankaroo from Revive. But look at who's on the flank. It is Beansy. He's watching the whole thing. Ice is going to open things up. Finally getting himself on the board as well. 3 kills for him so far. But Casey also doing a great job at retaking here. Beansy's just been left on an island towards the back. He needs to go over towards the bomb site now. But 5 versus 1. This round's completely fallen away. And Revive, once again, like you say, showing signs of life. Absolutely revived. And, again, looking good. Looking good. Back to 3-3. Much more respectable than their first S&D.
That was very well played, actually, by Revive. And now this is a bit of a worrying scenario for New Age Knights. Because they had 3 rounds straight. They've given up that advantage 3 rounds later to Revive Nation. And what looked like a New Age Knights squad that were performing on par with how they did in game number 2. And now like a kind of unnoticeable squad. This is closer now to Arsenal control, New Age Knights, than Frequency S&D, New Age Knights, as it were. And now Revive Nation have absolutely brought themselves well and truly back into this game. And I'll see if they can earn some streaks. Larry and Casey haven't died in the past couple of rounds. They will be working towards some score streaks. And Revive as a team working towards a B push. Deuce all on his own in the mid-map, being tagged there by Blur. We do not want to die to him, but Hayes, playing Gatekeeper over at the B-bomb site, takes down one player on this revive side. The push is going to be slowed. New Age Knights just content with sitting where they are.
Imagine here that Hayes is completely trapped. Beansy as well, getting taken out of the action. Down into a 4 versus 4. Trades back in. Liam D opens up. Zeus with a second as well. That's nice. Finally back on the board here for New Age Knights. And they got the bomb down right on top of the site as well. So it's going to need to be a very well-worked approach here from Revive Nation. But Liam seems to anticipate the oncoming danger. Doesn't quite anticipate that nade, though, and catches that one straight to the teeth. Zeus, still alive. Will that kill with the nade? Make them think there's no one here. It won't, and that's exactly what happens. Zeus manages to stay alive. Now going in for the second gunfight. Wins that one versus Entice, and that is now 4-3. 2 rounds away here for the New Age Knights.
Finally putting a hand back on the wheel. Our New Age Knights now. 3 rounds straight lost. They managed to make their way back into the game. And I think just from that first blood, really, for New Age Knights, there really was no way back in for Revive. They kind of felt dead in the water, didn't really know what to do, because I've got this feeling that the Revive Nation are kind of a very tempo team, as it were. If they don't get the first blood, they're generally speaking going to be in trouble. They need to move fast as a unit. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing in this round. 4 players towards A, and it's aggressive on the defense too. They all come to a head with New Age Knights. Right now, a cluster nade thrown for Venom, and it is a great cluster. You call it, George. Tags 1. Venom even picks up Climate before falling. Liam D responsible for that trade. Now, New Age Knights, their push onto the B-bomb site has been well and truly slowed down. Entice looks to put a stop to it all together here. Beansy with the trade. A 3 versus 2 now. Beansy with a sniper rifle in hand, effectively leaving Hayes really in a 1 versus 3. All on his own now is Hayes. He picks up 1. Tagged heavily, though. Trying to get away. Player on the flank going to take him down. Devault is going to tie this game up.
4-4. Yet again. We're finding ourselves in the same position just a round or 2 ago. Where it was 3-3. All tied up here again. We'll see. See how we're feeling. We still have quite a way to go yet. At least we could go the distance with another 3 rounds. So let's see. Let's see. Go round 11, game 5. Still quite the way to go. New Age Knights looking for any kind of rebuttal, though. So far, they've put a lot of stock in Beansy with this sniper rifle to open up the map with a first blood. But even now, I feel like Revive Nation are starting to work around this a little bit, kind of anticipating where he is and isn't going to be. And right now, you see Hayes going to be completely flushed out the middle of the map, exactly where they've completely taken control of. Like Germany storming Belgium, just easy territory. It's free real estate. Blitzkrieg coming through. Now, going to be an open kill here for Liam. His position is extremely compromised, and being that far pushed up without any possibility of a trade is certainly quite the risk. And now Beansy is going to be called into action over towards this A-bomb site, as there are going to be copious amounts of players surely throwing their face over towards the bomb itself. Having said that, Divil opens things up on Zeus. It's going to be the Strife push. What is this madness? 2 players now left alive. Make it none. The round completely falls away from the New Age Knights. I don't even know what's going on there. That was at least 2 or 3 players making individualistic plays with no feasibility of a trade. I don't know. I guess they're really desperate for an advantage and they just can't seem to catch one.
And this is looking so weird. You talk about the early game here. 3-0 for New Age Knights. Now we're looking at a situation where Revive Nation are 1 round away from knocking out New Age Knights of the EEG CEL Season 3. Remember, guys, winner moves on to losers round 4, keeping themselves alive and their chances of getting into the Season 3 playoffs. €3,000 on the line, or at least €3,000 worth of prizing. Revive Nation just 1 round away confirming their place in the next round. New Age Knights, they need a flawless performance now on this search and destroy. If not, they will be done and dusted. It seems to be a B push for New Age Knights. They're going to have to go through Entice.
Oh no!
That was a beautiful nade. Liam D and BZ decimated. Entice takes down Hayes, and now you're seeing players leave the game. They know this is done. A 2 versus 5. It is such a hard situation for anybody to win. We'll cast it anyway. Zeus takes down 1 now. Bomb going down at A. Zeus is going to successfully get that down. Now Climate puts some shots in. All they realistically need to do in this round is hold the bomb.
Okay.
Climate takes down Casey. This is possible. And there's a second as well. Zeus gets it. A 2 versus 2. Now all down to Zeus in a 1 versus 2. The defuse now coming in for Entice. Blurry with the pre-aim. Zeus is surely going to fall, and he will do. The defuse for Entice. The last remaining players lead the game, and Revive Nation will be going through to the next round. New Age Knights, we'll see you later.
Yeah, pretty good performance there from Revive Nation. They bring it all the way back in the game 5. Really could have closed that one out much, much sooner. Had they not haggled their way through that first S&D, they would have been in a much better position. They could have 3-0'd realistically, but they threw it. And in the end, it will be their victory regardless, just a little bit more prolonged than they may have liked.